ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, we have a huge and an amazing post from Attorney General Ken Paxton of Texas, and he is launching an investigation to deal with the illegal migrant problem, registering as citizens, non-citizens rather. So I'm going to be going over this with you and a few other things that is, regarding this situation, and see what you guys think about all this. So we have this here from Attorney General Ken Paxton on X saying, "Breaking: I am launching an investigation into reports that organizations in Texas are illegally registering non-citizens to vote. Texans are deeply troubled by the possibility that organizations purporting to assist with voter registration are illegally registering non-citizens to vote in our elections. If eligible, citizens can legally register to vote when conducting their business at a DPS office. Why would they need a second opportunity to register with a booth outside? My office is investigating every credible report we receive regarding potential criminal activity that could compromise the integrity of our elections. The Biden-Harris administration has intentionally flooded our country with illegal aliens, and without proper safeguards, foreign nationals can illegally influence elections at the local, state, and national level. It is a crime to vote or to register to vote. If you are not a United States citizen, any wrongdoing will be punished to the fullest extent of the law." So that's what he had to say here. But it says here in his actual paper here, in his document, saying, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton has opened an investigation into reports that organizations operating in Texas may be unlawfully registering non-citizens to vote in violation of state and federal law. Investigations from Texas Attorney General's Election Integrity Unit recently conducted undercover operations to identify potential voter registration of non-citizens in Texas. The investigation has already confirmed that various nonprofit organizations have been located outside Texas Department of Safety, driver license offices, operating booths offering to assist in voter registration for persons doing business at the driver's license offices. But all citizens have already been presented an opportunity to register to vote as part of the process of renewing or being issued an identification card or driver's license, so there is no obvious need to assist citizens to register to vote outside DPS offices. Calling into question the motives of the nonprofit groups. Texans are deeply troubled, I think what he said here, and he said he was going to do it for the law. It is a crime in Texas to lie about your citizenship when you register to vote, or to help someone else to do so. You can be sentenced up to 180 days in a state jail and up to a $10,000 fine. It is a crime to vote in Texas if you are not a United States citizen and a Texas resident, or to help someone vote who is not. You can be sentenced up to 20 years in prison and pay up to a $10,000 fine. The undercover operations have been conducted throughout major metropolitan areas of Texas and are ongoing, as they should be. But I have even come down and said to this, guys, that this is something that should be done across the entire state here, across everything. So I said there should be an investigation in all 50 states for illegal non-citizens to vote. Because, again, this is something that is, I think, plaguing the entire country. Now, we're going to go exactly onto what's going on here with this situation, right? So, it says, starting facts, fact sheet, Biden administration on track to reach 10 million encounters nationwide before end of fiscal year. So, if we're getting on around 10 million encounters, and Trump said it's probably double that, around 20 million or so, then if that seems to be the case, that means there's 20,000 more actual illegal immigrants or migrants or whatever you want to call them coming into our country. 3 million is one too many. 10 million is, 1 or 2 million people entering your country is practically an invasion. 10 million is, I don't even know what you would call that, like a super invasion or something like that, because that's insanity, right? So if Biden is allowing people, or allow illegal immigrants to enter our country, and of course we have this here saying, Joe Biden wants illegals to vote in November election, Joe Biden presses panic button, White House calls it falsehood. Now, I don't think this is actually incorrect. I think Joe Biden is allowing illegal immigrants to actually come in to vote for their election. Because the Democrats know that they can't win based off of anything else. The Democrats have to lie off to deceit and lies in order to, win anything. What has to do Kamala Harris actually brought up in anything in the past month about what their policies are going to be? outside of stealing what Donald Trump was proposing, because we're not going to count those. So, if she's proposing nothing and not giving us anything of actual substance to actually grab on or to go to, then the only other way to say is that she's lying about everything, which she has been lying about everything. I did a video about it, didn't do too well because YouTube likes to suppress videos like that. But again, that's just kind of the reality of where we're at as a country. And of course, people are going to be saying, like, Texas is going to blue. Tim Pool is saying, Texas is probably going to go blue. And it may go blue, it may go purple, whatever. However, in May of last year, we had Congresswoman Monica De La Cruz is the first Latina and first Republican to represent the 15th Congressional District of Texas in the United States House of Representatives. So, technically, back in 2023, Texas got more red. So I don't know what's really going on here, because you can say Texas is going to go blue, but there would have to be a lot of, all the illegal immigrants that are in Texas would have to actually vote blue in order for it to even make that switch, right? Because again, if it got more red, there's going to have to be a lot more people, a massive shift between last year and this year for it to go blue. That's just the way it is. I mean, I don't know what else to tell people. Now, I understand there's been a lot of New Yorkers or Californians that are jumping to Texas because the Democratic people can't understand that they're destroying their own country, or their own state, rather. Well, they are destroying the country. Don't get me wrong on that. But they're also destroying their own states. And they flee these states because they're destroying them because of their policies that they advocate for. Little to know that they don't have the actual intellectual knowledge to see that maybe I should vote differently in order to see what happens to fix it. And yeah, it all comes tumbling down. And a lot of these Democrats, I would even say they're going to great, and a lot of to their blue areas, right? So like, so it's really quite interesting, right? So I don't know what else to tell people, but I don't think that Texas is going to necessarily go blue this year. I could be horribly wrong, and I don't want to be wrong because that spells doom for Trump actually winning anything. But, and it makes everything worse for us. But I don't think it's necessarily going to go blue. It got red last year, and like I said, it has to make a massive shift compared to last year to this year in order to shift it to it, right? But again, we can't rule everything out. That's the reason why I always say go vote, 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 because that is the only way we're going to be able to make things go out. Don't feel complacent. Even though that Trump is up 5 points in the polls, don't believe the polls. Go out and vote. Go out and be able to save the country, because otherwise you're going to have Venezuela 2.0, and we all know how that's going to be. So, let's see on how everything goes. It's a good thing that Paxton is doing this. As Tim Pool has said, I would rather see Paxton have done this months ago instead of bringing it on to now, because this doesn't give us a lot of leeway to get things done. I do know that the laws and, lawsuits and stuff take a while to go into, so hopefully this is enough time to get all this done. You got two months, my guy. You got 2 months. And this was it seems a little bit late. You should probably have done this about 2 to 3 months ago, and then I feel a bit more better about this. But as of right now, it seems like it's a bit late. But at least they're doing something, and I think all 50 states should do this for voter fraud, because again, it's one way to avoid the Democrats cheating. To be able to secure the election. So, we'll see how this all goes. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted. This is algorithmic disease, the social media.